Welcome to Books and Besties, the virtual book fair. Share this link with others and get ready for something awesome. Books and Besties, the virtual book fair.
Hey everybody, it's me, the Queen Bee, Dr. Angie BEE, and I'm thrilled to be here with you today. Why? Because the Lord made this day just for us. Everybody didn't get a chance to experience this day, and I'm thrilled that we are still among the land of the living. Welcome to Books and Besties. We produce this show to introduce you to authors, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and ministry leaders. We want to introduce you to them because you probably would not have any other opportunity to meet them. And so I'm thrilled that we're here with you on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Tell your friends and family that we're on. Like us on YouTube, and if you're following us on Facebook, just let us know what city and state or country you're following us from. We just love to know how we're reaching each and every one of you. Okay, I could not do this show without my executive producer and my co-host, Avalon. And I tell you, she is another reason I'm excited to be here with you. She not only helps a great deal with this show, with Books and Besties, but she's also a part of the team, my team at Angie BEE Productions. She and I have learned so much by working together, and I think we've been working together now for almost a year, maybe a little more than a year. She'll probably correct me. But Avalon has just been wonderful and encouraging me and helping to teach me. She's just a jewel. So I'm bringing her in right now. Hey, girl.
Hey, how everybody? How are you today? Hopefully everything's going well.
I know, hopefully. Yeah, I was looking at some old episodes, and I think we've been doing Books and Besties together now for almost a year. What you think?
Little over a year.
Oh,
Over a
my
year,
goodness.
yes.
Time flies
Over
when
a
you're
year.
having a good time.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much. Well, I
You're
always
welcome.
ask you what's going on in your neighborhood. You said something
Ooh.
about some blossoms on some trees or something.
Oh, yes. April has started the cherry blossom. New Jersey is noted for their cherry blossoms in Belleville in Branch Brook Park. So it starts April 1st. They start blooming and they disappear. At the end of April, they disappear. There's so many tourists that be in the park taking pictures. We probably take those same pictures every year. But it's so beautiful, those cherry blossoms. Then they having a festival, I think next weekend or something. They have a big festival along with these cherry blossoms. It be so
Wow.
many people. I never go to the festival. I like to go in the morning when nobody's hardly in the park. Take my pictures.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Here in Jacksonville, Florida, we just got finished with about 2 weeks of, well, maybe 3 weeks of severe pollen. I mean, when you go out
Wow.
to your car, it's completely yellow from all the pollen. My parents were in town, and my dad likes to keep his car real clean, so he'll go to the car wash just about every day. But he came in one day and was like, "That stuff is just sticking to the car. It's just sticking."
Wow.
It don't last always.
Oh my goodness. That bad, huh?
Yes, it's bad. Your car is yellow, whether you bought a black car or you bought a red car. It's going to be yellow during pollen
Wow.
season.
Oh my
It'll
goodness.
be yellow.
Ooh.
Well, I'm going to bring in somebody that has known me all of her life. My sister, Sonia B. She is excellent at formulating a paragraph and editing a sentence and looking at the content and saying, wait a minute, this probably needs to be over here and this over there. When I start narrating something that she has edited, it just flows like she made it just for me. So Come on in, Sonia. Come on in.
Oh, my. What a wonderful way to announce me. Thank you. I appreciate that. It
You're
is both a
welcome. You're
blessing and
welcome.
a curse. I just can't hear or read things incorrectly. It bugs me.
Yeah.
It just bugs me.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do
And
believe,
you
especially, and I say this often, but especially for the written word. I won't even say obituaries, but obituaries is what I want to say. But I just feel like when it comes to what authors have decided to put down on paper to introduce and talk about their lives, it should just be perfect.
Right.
It should be something that people read and learn about you and know about you from the words, not
Mhm.
stumbling over. Should that have been a conjugated verb or, so I enjoy it. It definitely stems from my years as being a court stenographer. I just
Okay.
I really appreciate the English language and I just love it when it's presented correctly. So thank you for
Mhm,
the
mhm.
introduction.
Well, this month we, as the team at Angie BEE Productions, we started working on a book, Worthy Beyond Expectations. And the author came to me. She was referred to me by a friend, and she came to me with her book written on paper. And I said, okay, we're going to have to do first things first. We got to get it typed up and put together. And she agreed to record herself reading her words.
Mm.
And Sonia, I tell you, you took the videos and the text and you really did something wonderful. And
Thank
I just want to thank you. I want to thank you. And the way God just laid it all out. I mean, Avalon came in and did this spectacular book cover. And I was like, oh goodness. I just told her it
you.
needs to
Yeah.
look a little bit like this, a little bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she put that thing, and then you sent in the first draft, and I was like, I think Sister Gordon is gonna be pleased. And so
Definitely.
Sister Gordon is a jewel. She's a crybaby just like me. So I got my Kleenex here. I didn't even bother putting on eyeliner. I just she is just like me. So come on in, Sister Gordon. Come on in.
Hello, everybody. Y'all are so
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you. So are you.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Oh gosh.
Well, I know this is your first interview as an author, and so we're going to teach you a little bit as we go along. Usually, somebody will want you to be on their podcast and they want you to just come in and tell everybody all about yourself. They might not even read your bio. So, why don't you come in, tell us your name, where you're from, and how does it feel to be an author?
Okay, so I'm Tamacie Gordon. It feels amazing.
It's okay. We got you. We got you. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're okay,
Okay.
honey.
It just blew my mind that God work in so many ways. So it's
Mhm.
crazy because I've been wanting to write something, but I just kept saying, no, I'm gonna write it. No, it's okay. It might not be good enough. No, but I want people to never feel alone. So I'm looking like I better write something and see how can I figure out to get to someone that can feel me and edit it and do their thing with it, because all I was thinking is I never want nobody to feel alone. Because I'm born and raised here in Daytona Beach. My mom is the oldest out of 9 kids.
Oh.
And then I'm the oldest out of 3 kids from my mom. And what happened is what inspired me to write was her, because she took in a lot of pain, and then she didn't realize that the pain that she took in, it dropped on me, because I'm the one that used to hear her, sign off at night, but saying it to herself in her head. And people don't realize that when you're the oldest,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
it hit different.
Yeah.
So it hit different. So so she was the one that inspired me to write, but she don't realize she inspired me to write. It's just that how strong she had to be regardless of what was going on. It was crazy. And I can relate to everything I know, because I can relate. So what happened on my journey was my mom, what happened is she, by her being the oldest of 9, she ended up, everything was no, 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 no. So I'm wondering why she was so strict on me. So when she finally, it was no to the prom, no to the games, no to everything. No, you need to get the food ready. No, mom and dad, they going from job to job. You got to be like a second parent. So what happened is for 31 years, because in families of color, they never talk about emotions. So for 31 years, she keep asking me, why you didn't have me a grandchild? Why you didn't this and that? And in my head, I told her, I said, Mom, do you realize that you have the bar way up here, while my siblings' bars is way down there? I said, you owe me everything I do. And then she never realized that's how I felt, nothing. So it took us 31 years to even get to that point where I'm just looking like, no, maybe she don't feel me. Maybe she don't understand that I'm hurting, and I don't understand that everything is so complicated and it have to be correct. So she told me out of her own mouth, she said, do you think that I don't love you? I love you. You're the strongest and the most proud thing I got in my life. She said, you know why I had you? Because I wanted somebody to tell somebody else what to do. Because you know what happened? I had my siblings, and I was just, I wanted my own baby. So my thing was, if we would have had that conversation 30 years before then maybe I might have would have had a kid.
Oh,
But
yeah.
from my point of view, yes, from my point of view, I'm killing my mom. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't never see her. She working three part-time jobs, and it was just like she was always gone. Not because she didn't love us, but because she was a single parent. She had me early. So how this all started is and that's why I wrote the book too. When you put all that pressure on your oldest kid, and it's no, 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 and they got to keep sacrificing. The first time you let them loose, they try everything under the sun and back. So guess what she included on her run on that one time they let her out of the house? And that's let me have my child. So I have somebody to tell what to do. And she said, that's how it went. It wasn't that she was trying to hurt me. She said, in her head at 15, I'm never going back outside. So my first run, I'm doing everything I can possibly do and come back in a run of a day. So if you read one of my chapters, I got in there where the child, sometimes they go out and they try everything, and then the circumstances, you got to pay for every choice you make. And I guess in the midst of everything, what she was trying to do is try to let me realize that I did all that, but I don't want you to end up like that. But she didn't know how to express it, because nobody never talked about any of that. In Black families, nope, we just gonna send you away. You did something wrong. You're making the family look bad, and that's it. Yeah. But in the midst, she didn't realize it took me 31 years to ask her, Mom, why you so hard on me? Mom, I feel invisible. Mom, we don't talk. She said, we do talk. You do exactly what I tell you what to do. You're very smart, you're very strong, and you're very respectable. And people can see that a mile away. So you don't think that you're loved? And I'm looking at my mom like, sometimes I want to hear it. Sometimes I want to feel it. Yes. But I don't think she meant to do me like that. It's just that, it was just passed down. Like, I don't know, but she is one of the strongest people I know in my life. So that's the reason why I wrote the book. So it's a mix of
Sister Gordon, I don't
Mhm.
want to interrupt you, but I appreciate that you dedicated the book to your mom.
Yep,
You
that was
know,
my
that
main reason.
I think that was spectacular.
Yes, ma'am. I
Spectacular.
couldn't leave her out because the journey is real, and people don't realize that stuff passed down unintentionally from generation to generation.
Mhm.
Far as the mental state of mind, far as everything. And then my thing is this: I'm not upset with my mom. I'm not upset with her siblings. Nothing, because they work with the knowledge, the only knowledge and the well-being and the comforts of what they understood.
Mhm.
And that's why I do no judging. I don't do no judging. I feel like, why should I judge? Because people don't realize it really matters what state of mind you're in when your life and your journey is moving,
It
and
does.
what type of people you have around you. Do you have people that's going to steer you right? Do you have people that's going to tell you, look, you wrong? It really do matter. And I don't think people realize they don't talk. They don't talk enough and explain stuff enough. And I think what happened is some people just set in their ways, but all they doing is doing a copy of what got done to them, and
Mhm.
then yeah, and not intentionally trying to hurt you, but that's what it ends up. So that's why I dedicate my book to my mom, because I'm very proud of her. To this day I still don't know how she raised all three of us with, just going like that. Like, yeah. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So the pain is real.
Wow.
But I don't ever want nobody to feel alone. I don't want nobody to feel like they can't talk to nobody.
Mm.
Because we got 5 generations, and all I kept thinking was, how do I feel alone? I'm giving. If you know me, I'm always having something. I'm always doing something. And then all my cousins, they just keep saying, why it seems like when I'm over here, you understand me. And it's because I try to invent a space, a safe spot of peace. Yeah. So if I can help one person understand that the life journey is a lot and they not by themselves, that's my goal.
That's wonderful. That's
Yes.
wonderful.
Mhm.
Now, the
Yeah.
first person that got a hold of your video and your words was Sonia. Sonia, what would you like to add?
So I was so touched by your book, Sister Gordon. I am the youngest of three, so I'm the opposite of you. And Dr. Angie B is my oldest sister. Definitely growing up, for me, I was in the shadow. I'm in the shadow of my eldest sister. I'm a twin, so I'm in the shadow of my second eldest sister, who is my equal, who's a twin. So it is rough from one extreme to the other. I understand my sister had to be kind of like the second mother, as you described, and then I'm a single mother as well, only to one. However, there's no book for parenting. So as much as I really grew a great deal of respect for what you were saying about your mother, when it comes to being a parent, you just have to muddle through and pray that the decisions you make are not detrimental to your children. But I enjoyed every aspect of your book, as you uh, made it a little longer, and the testimonies in it and stuff. It was emotional. It was a great read, and I wish you all the success with it. I really enjoyed it.
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sister Gordon, I remember calling Sonia to say she's recorded some more. She got some more to add. And Sonia was like, okay, send it to me. Let me see where I can put it, And she did a great job putting everything
Yes.
together.
No, I appreciate it, because it's like it took me forever to put it in, like, on paper, because I was having all the emotions balled up. But it's like, if you walk me through it, it touched me so much till I can't really, I don't know, navigate it. So yeah, so it's just like a jack in the box. You put the thing in there, you don't know when I'm gonna pop out. And
Yes.
it's like, come
Yes,
on,
I
come on.
understand.
That's so
Yeah.
Yes,
true.
so thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all for taking the time. Like, it's hard to find real people and people that know what struggle is, people that don't mind educating you on a lot of stuff. And I appreciate this panel and y'all as a whole, because I couldn't have done it without y'all, because all the emotions was bind up. And all I was thinking is, God, please use me. I got to help somebody, because I know if I feel like this, I know somebody else feel like this. And I just don't want them to, collapse on the mental side, because I keep telling people your mental state of mind is just you call my mom. That's my mom. It's more important than anything you can ever imagine. Because people just keep saying, "Oh, it's the physical," but the mental go with the physical,
Yes,
It
and
sure
yes.
it's like
does.
Mhm.
it's hand in hand,
Mhm.
And I know if I felt like that, if my mom probably wasn't strong as she was in her way of just saying, "Go, go, go, you got this, go, go, go," I probably would have been in a psych ward somewhere, just pulling out my hair. I'm losing my mind, But it feels good to be able to put it in writing and to be able to share my raw emotions with other people, to let them know, look, God was always there. No matter if you love yourself, even knowing before we even learn how to love ourselves, there's always a higher power there that's making us go, that's giving us that little light and hope. So all I'm thinking to myself is, just like he spared me, he can spare other people. So maybe I can say something and put it in writing, and
Yeah.
maybe it might help that one person, So
Mhm.
I'm just writing from my soul. I mean, I love everyone as a whole, and I feel like just like somebody reached out and helped me, I'm hoping that my book will reach out and help somebody else. Yeah.
Well, I know one thing, the book cover is going to draw some attention. I
No,
remember
everybody like it,
I
including
remember
me.
saying to Avalon, we got to have this book, and I want you let the Lord use you, but it's got to have some kids on the cover, and the
Yeah.
eldest got to look mean. And Avalon,
No, that's what I told you. I said she can't be smiling, because I wasn't smiling. She got to look at me, but not to me. That's what I kept saying, not to me. But you got to feel the pain.
Yes. Yeah.
Avalon, tell us a little bit about how you
Yes.
came up with that book cover design. It's beautiful.
Well, when you explained to me what it had to be, and of course I had to change it a couple of times just to get it, I realized just from what you explained to me that this must be an older child that's really had to take care of the younger. See, I'm not on either. I'm totally different. I was the youngest child, but
Oh,
my sister and brother was 11 years and 15 years older than me. So they
Wow.
really wasn't in the house when I
oh,
was growing up. I
Yeah.
kind of more or less
oh,
grew up alone. But
Yeah.
oh,
I could just tell from the way she described what you wanted with that book. You were the oldest child and you had to
yep,
do a lot of work for those younger children.
yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, agreed. But it was so beautiful. And as soon
Thank
as I
you.
seen it, it was a hit. It wasn't no miss at all. It was just like on the spot. I said, that's it. Yes, lock it in. I was like, I was on a game show. That's it.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you liked it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. And my mom, she cried when she seen the book. When it came in the mail Sunday, it must have came Saturday while I was out of town. But when I got it out the mailbox, I was just blowed. I was just like, is this real? So I'm flipping through the page and I'm looking like it's real. So I drive to my mom's house. I was like, well, mom, I done finally messed you up. I said, Mom, here you go. My mom said, well, what's in there? She said, see, I know you didn't do this again. What you done got yourself tied up into? And I said, Mom, no, you might want to look at it. As soon as my mom pulled it out and said, oh, this beautiful. And I was like, yep, it was a hit. Yep.
That's
My
wonderful.
sister said, let me see it. And she found out my mom's name was in here. And she said, oh my God, Mom, I think Missy put your name in her book. It's in here. Mom, I'm telling you, it's up here. And then it said, dedication. And she read it. This is clear. I dedicate my book to my mother. Gussie and Con, I love you a lot and thank you for being the strongest person I know. My mama said, my name in a book? What?
Oh my
And
God.
started hugging me. But it was so funny.
Oh,
Oh,
that's so
In
sweet.
a book.
So sweet.
But
oh,
I
I
can
love it.
still look at the joy of her. Just she was so proud of me. But I don't know which one was more proud of her or me, from me getting the book in my hands to even making it to her. I was just blown. I was just like, oh my God, this is real. Miss Angie being a team done it this time. I'm good. I was just like, God, I didn't do it by myself. I said, I'm good. I said, thank you so much. Yes, now I was doing dancing before I got to her. So when I got to her, my mind just went like, this is how I feel when God do his thing and dance on it. This is what
Yes,
it is.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Raining
yeah,
miracles. I'm looking like, yeah, I
yeah,
love this feeling. Yep. So
yes,
I think that because y'all had a lot of experience and y'all know what life consists of, and y'all weren't being selfish with y'all talent, I think as a whole, I think that's what made my book dynamic like it is. Just like, whoa, like what is this real? Like, yeah. So I
mhm,
appreciate the time and everything. Anything y'all added, listen, God knows I appreciate it. And that's why I'm sitting here, I'm choking up and I'm sitting there looking like you got to get strong. I don't know what you're going to do, but if this book has legs and go to walking, you better go to running.
Yeah.
I know. I'm
yeah,
excited for you. Yeah,
Yes, it's
I
Yes,
great.
feel it. Yes.
yes.
Now, as an
mhm,
author, because I really appreciated that Angie. We've done different books, different ways
Yes,
where people have given me either a written manuscript or I have sat and they've read it to me and I've typed it as they've written it as they're reading it.
Mhm.
But this way was the best way to me. Recording
yes.
it on StreamYard, I could watch the recording and I had a manuscript first and all of that. I'd like you to say something to that person that has a book inside them and they think, oh, well, nobody's going to want to hear from me.
Okay. For starters, I think that if you have something inside of you where you want to share it, from experience, the best way is to write it down, right?
Yes.
That's for starters. And
Yes.
then I want you to learn how to love on yourself because we so busy not loving ourselves till we doubt ourselves, but we'll stand right behind somebody else and put all our love in the building them.
Ooh,
I
yes,
think that
ooh.
you
yeah,
should start with yourself first and treat yourself to experience how it feels to let out some of that stress and some of that, all them emotions build up.
Yeah.
Because once you write it, you can't unwrite it.
Right.
And
yes.
then if you don't know the next step, I'm telling you to go find Miss Angie being a team. And they're gonna put it out there for you.
Thank you.
What I'm
Oh,
saying is, please
Absolutely.
believe in yourself and fight for yourself and the knowledge of knowing that it's okay to love yourself and put yourself first. Because I think what happened is we get so caught up in I'm not good enough or nobody not gonna want to read that. But I'm gonna tell you something. The stuff that you think nobody don't want to hear or don't nobody see because it's not in the media is the best information somebody can get, and
right,
money can't buy it because it's locked in somebody's head and in somebody's body. So if you can get it out of your body to some paper
Mm-hmm.
and get it in the hands of the right people that can push it to the next level,
mhm,
it'll be all worth it. Now, when I look at my book and look at all my papers, I can flip through every last one of them. The best thing I could have did was tell somebody I need an author, tell Keon I need somebody to help me. I don't know what I'm doing. But I think the vision that I got or what I've been feeling, the hurt, the pain, I know somebody else need to hear this. Do you have anything? But you know how long it took me to even let somebody know that I was sitting on anything like this?
Oh,
It
I'm
took me
sure.
probably 20 years
Yeah.
because in my head, I kept doubting myself.
Mm-hmm.
And from me to you, listen, ask God to give you strength to motivate yourself and to believe in yourself, and ask them to take the spirit of you feeling like you're less than the next person out of your mind and rewrite your mind. Rewrite your mind, because the thinking, I was there, the thinking of I'm not good enough, the thinking of nobody don't need to know this, nobody don't need to know that. We is our biggest critic, and we are the person that's stopping us from growing. Nobody else can stop us. It's us, because we so busy doubting us, so that nobody can help us. Because if somebody would have walked up to me 10 years ago, 2 years ago, and been like, "Oh, Tamacie, why don't you write me a book?" Guess what I would have told them? Who, me? Don't nobody want to hear that. I ain't writing no book. I wouldn't have never wrote it. So what happened is I had to ask God to let me forgive myself for not loving me enough and give me strength to find myself. So when I found myself, when God gave me that moment, and it's all spiritual, and I found myself, it felt like I hugged my soul. But you got to understand that God is always there. So from me to you as a new author, the best thing you can do is write it down and get it to somebody to push it through.
Yes.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, I know Avalon has a couple questions, and Sonia probably does too. But
she's been answering most of my questions.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick break. We got to learn about some other books on Books and Besties, and so don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. Divinely chosen, the Lord God with a master plan. Dr. Doretha Smith's book has an inspiring message of faith, purpose, and divine guidance through heartfelt reflections and spiritual insight. She reminds readers that God's plan is always perfect, even when life feels uncertain. This book is a call to trust in His timing, follow His directions, and embrace the unique calling He has placed upon your life. With wisdom grounded in scripture and personal testimony, Dr. Smith empowers you to step boldly into your God-given destiny, knowing you have been divinely chosen for a purpose greater than yourself. Divinely Chosen, the Lord God with the Master Plan, written by Dr. Doretha Smith. Search for Divinely Chosen Lord Master Plan on Amazon. And don't forget to leave a review. Maternal Matters Favored, mmfavored.org presents their 4th annual charity broadcast event for those with perinatal and postpartum mood disorders. This 24 Hours of Favor annual fundraiser takes place Mother's Day weekend. Mental health aids maternal health. Seeing mothers, supporting minds, and saving lives. Broadcast produced by Angie BEE Productions. Log on to mmfavored.org for more information. That's mmfavored.org for more information. 24 Hours of Favor. I've had wives and I've had friends. An anthology for women written by the men we are trying to love. Gentlemen, you are cordially invited to become an author by sharing your thoughts and experiences in our anthology. Tell us about your love for sports. Tell us about your love for grooming. Tell us about your love for gaming. Tell us what you want us to know. Submit your bio, headshot, and your story, along with the submission fee of $250. send it to author Avalon Brown 165 at yahoo.com, or you may send your info to Angie BEE Presents at gmail.com. An anthology for women written by the men we are trying to love. I've had wives and I've had friends. Brought to you by author Avalon S. Brown and me, the Queen Bee, Dr. Angie BEE. If you or someone you know needs help coping with depression, anxiety, or PTSD, overcoming low self-esteem, or managing major life transitions, we invite you to schedule a free consultation call for telehealth clients. Shekinah Downs, licensed clinical social worker, is now accepting new telehealth clients. In the office, too. Schedule a free consultation by calling 386-385-4483. That's 386-385-4483. In the brand new Daytona Beach office as well. 50 to 60-minute individual therapy sessions and a variety of insurance plans are accepted. Couples therapy and coaching is coming soon. We invite you to log on to cjaqis.com. Schedule a free consultation by calling 386-385-4483. That's 386-385-4483. We can help you put the pieces together. Audiobooks, flyers, commercials, and more. Angie BEE Productions on Facebook. We're back on Books and Besties. I've been sipping on my tea so I can get rid of that last little piece of cough that has tried to jump on me. But I got to brag on Avalon just a little bit. I can't do it while she's on camera because she'll deny it all. But Avalon is the best. I can tell when she's praying over a project because it just goes smoothly. It just, not a hiccup, not a burp, not a nothing. It's just smooth. And Avalon must have been praying over this project because that book cover was accepted by Amazon. It didn't need any changes. It just, and I've worked with graphic designers who guarantee me that their designs will go through Amazon, and they don't. And I don't know about y'all, if you've ever worked with graphic designers or people that have a vision of how something should be, they're gonna tell you, oh well, no, it'll no, it looks okay that way. You don't have to change anything. They just get very defensive about what they've created. And Avalon really, she did her thing. So I'm gonna bring her back in because I'm talking about you, Avalon. You did such a good job with that book cover. I mean,
Thank you.
It kept going, because when you upload things to Amazon, you gotta wait, and usually it'll kick back a couple times. You need to change this, you need to change that. Nothing. Didn't need not a change. Thank you, honey. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime. Just, you gave the description. I tried to follow your description.
And I took what Sister Gordon gave me. So I also want to tell you, thank you for doing the formatting, the inside of the book, the actual words. When you're on Microsoft Word, you just put a manuscript in 8.5 by 11 because that's just standard. But then you have to come in and make it the size of the actual book, 6 by 9 or 11 by 14, whatever it's supposed to be. And then I'm scared to touch it because it's already the way it's supposed to be. But you got that right on the first round. So thank you again. Thank you.
I'm learning.
We learning together. All right,
Yes,
we're gonna bring Sonia back in. Hey
yes, because
girl,
I do
hey.
have
Hey
a
girl, hey.
question now.
All right, we're gonna bring in Sister Gordon
Yes.
because
Hello.
Avalon has a question.
I have a question. Yeah, that hit me. So you've written this book about how you feel about being the oldest child, having to take care of the youngest, and do a lot of work. How do you think that your siblings are gonna feel when they read the book and you're talking about your feelings?
Hmm.
Um, I think it's gonna catch them off guard. Only because I think that naturally the environment and how we was brought up. Our mom taught us to love each other no matter if we're wrong, right, love each other, keep each other close. If one of us needs something, if we got it, we gonna share it. Like she gave us that love. So I think that automatically they either gonna be shocked or they just gonna be like, I never thought she felt that way because I give to them naturally without thinking, with no like it's not, oh, I had to help you with this. And no, I give, don't even say nothing because in my head, I'm looking like they needed it. It's nothing,
Mhm.
Right.
so I guess because I give naturally with no strings. So I was just like, if I give it, it's from the heart. And guess what? You need it more than me. So I'm not going to tell you that. But what I'm going to do is give you what I feel like you assume that you need. Now, the only
Yes.
thing they will understand is that when I think they overboard, I will say, no, I'm not doing that because I just did that last week. So evidently, you might need to figure out a new way to get whatever you get and don't get in trouble because I'm not, so
I'm not the
yeah, so
one.
I'm not the one. No.
Not
Yes, ma'am.
good.
So I
Yeah.
think they'll be surprised. Yep.
Yeah, and they may even have a whole different, like, okay, I never really thought,
Mhm.
that she was feeling. It might hit them like emotionally too. Like, I never realized, or I never even thought that she might have
Yes.
been feeling that way because she
Wow.
is given to us all the time.
Mhm.
Right.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, it can
Yes,
hit two
because
ways. Yeah.
yes. Well, I'm not trying to cut you off, but the reason why I
Oh.
know that my sister took it some kind of way because when I like all the moments I have, um, I had to learn how to love me for me and stop worrying about everything else. So what happened is I brought my first house in 2018. I could have brought a house so many times, but it wasn't on my agenda because it was like, no, no, no. I got to help such such. I got to do this. No, 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 no. I don't want my mama worrying about this. I don't want mama worrying about that. So in 2018, something that was so magical to me that probably I'm talking one of my biggest accomplishments was let me go get this house. Do you know you can ask the city people? Everybody was there, like they seen me put in all this work. And the day of signing, I could not stop crying. Guess how I stopped crying? I had to convince myself that I was buying a house for my sister. That's the only way I
Wow.
stopped crying. And this
Wow.
lady
You're a
said,
Wow.
y'all
giver.
don't understand. They was like, y'all don't understand this. Y'all don't understand. No, let her say that because you just don't understand. She never did nothing for herself. And it's just that when I was signing, I just felt guilty, like I was cheating them, but not knowing it was okay for me to treat myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yourself.
So that's the reason why I
Yeah.
put that in that book because, yeah, and she told me, you never told me that. And I'm looking at her like, yes, I did. But you probably didn't pay attention because when I'm talking to them, it's like I'm right here, but I'm not right there. So that's
Right.
why one of the chapters, Invisible, is like, everything I'm saying to them, I done said to you numerous times, but I guess at that point they so used to doing them, and I'm just there pushing, 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 giving, giving, giving. To yeah, I don't. I just think that I just think that they either gonna be like, why didn't you tell me, or either they gonna just be looking like, wow, she really was trying to tell me, So, but yeah, I had to
Mhm.
learn. It's crazy. So that's
Wow.
why I'm telling people, please ask God to let you love yourself, learn how to love yourself, because it's mental. And that's why I keep telling people a lot of stuff we go through is mental, just as well as physical. Because you see me there, they see me there at everything that I need to be there. But my mental was just like, oh, I don't want to let nobody down. Nope. I got to
Yeah.
keep going. I got to
Yeah.
keep going. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Don't want to
yeah.
let nobody down.
Yep.
Don't want nobody to have worse than I got. Don't
Yep.
want no. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
So,
their reaction will probably be amazing to see, because I probably won't feel invisible. So that's the only, that's, yeah. I mean, because then I got a reaction, something I've been trying to tell them years. Like, yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah.
It's
It's
amazing.
something that I think that sometimes people tend to not react to something unless it's negative.
yep.
Mhm.
If you had been saying to them, I could have bought a house years ago, but I couldn't
Yep.
because I was taking care of y'all, then that's, then you get a
Yep. They gave me
reaction.
a reaction.
But
Yep. Because of how it
yeah,
was worded. But
yes.
because I'm not saying all that, it's just like, yeah. So
Yeah.
will I be amazed? I probably would be flabbergasted. I probably would be like, no, now you're ready. I done put it on the radio somewhere. Now you're ready. Like what?
Right. Yes, presentation is
Yes,
everything. It really
yes,
is.
yes.
Wow. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I just want you to know I'm so proud of you. When you
Yes.
said 20 years,
Mhm.
that
It's
just
been a
kind of,
while. It's been a while.
yeah, 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 that got me. That got to me. Because I'm trying to keep up with Avalon. She'll crank out a book in a month, She,
She sure
she's
will. I
just,
mean, Avalon is just an author genius. Yeah, she's written anthologies about being a nurse, both from using the female and the male nurse perspective, which I always thought was so interesting because you just don't know that there are any prejudices against
It is.
male nurses. However,
Right.
I think that if a male nurse walked into my room after an operation and I knew it was a nurse and not a doctor, I hate to say it, but I would be like, why are you a man? Why are
yeah.
you? Yeah. I mean, it's terrible, but I've just never thought of a nurse as being a male. But yeah,
And there's so many of them now. They're almost overriding the women
wow,
nurses. Yeah.
Yeah.
wow, that is something.
Yeah. Sister Gordon, you're gonna love once you get to know Avalon. You're gonna see her books that are popping up, and
Mhm.
she's got children's books,
Yes.
and yeah, we all got to catch up with Avalon. Got to catch up with her. She retired just to become a full-time author.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
true. True. Had
Like
to
I
find
said,
something to do. I didn't want to work no more.
yes. If she got it, she got it. She's sharing her talent.
That's right. That's right.
Well, they say the sky's the limit as long as you're ready to fly.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the
But
getting ready to fly, that's for sure.
Yes.
That's my problem in terms of any type of business that I've thought about. Just I can my sister told me one time that that I can birth a business, but I don't want to raise it. And so, I will tell her about businesses and, oh my God, and it can go this, and this is how it'll make money and then it just sits on the shelf. So she says, you birth them, but you don't want to raise them. And as much as that hurt, I still haven't done anything.
But hey, she is a wonderful addition to Angie BEE Productions. I tell you,
Yes.
I've
Yes.
always wanted to work with my sister, and plural, not yeah. I've always wanted to work with my sister. Yeah, I got to say that again twice. Yeah, because she's gifted, she's talented, and those gifts and talents came from the Lord, and so we're
Yeah.
dedicating your book back to him. We're dedicating, Sister Gordon, your
Yes.
second book, your third book. We're dedicating all
Right.
your books back to
Yes.
him.
Don't worry, I'll be back. Y'all want to see. I'm
Well,
good.
yeah, I was going to
I'm
ask you,
good.
is you ready for number 2?
Well, I'm gonna take this all in, and then I'll be giving her a call because I think I might need another round because it feels good. It feels good. Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. We're ready.
Yeah. And Sonia, I have an anthology headed your way
All right. All right. It's been a
Yeah.
while. I'm looking
by
forward
next
to
week.
it. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
I forgot to tell you about that, Sonia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
nursing one. Yes.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love getting those first previews. You know, I get to read it before anybody else can, and then do my little finishing touches to it. So I look forward to it. Thank you.
Well, we're going to be working on your audiobook next, so that you'll have that ready, Sister Gordon. There's so many.
Do you think I should get somebody else to read it? I'm gonna be watering.
No, you're not going to read it, honey. It's either
Okay.
going to be me, as long as my voice holds up. It's going to be me or somebody else on the team. So
Okay, good.
no,
Yeah, I keep choking up when I get to. Oh yeah, I don't know, especially the invisible wall. Yeah.
No, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You got you a professional narrator, so no, you don't have to read anything.
Okay. Yes.
We're gonna try to get that started, and hopefully we can get it finished before Mother's Day.
Yes. Is that the
Nice,
quote
yes.
company?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Can you send me a invoice for that?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll get that over to you.
Yes.
So let's talk about what happens next after you've written your book. And I know Avalon can talk about this. There are book festivals, book fairs, there's events where you can be a vendor. Avalon, why don't you tell her about some of the events that you've been to?
Yes, I've been to a couple of book events. I've read my books in the library. You know, I've had a couple of interviews on other podcasts. So I try to catch a lot of more in my area. I need to start branching out in other states, but I'm just not ready for that yet. So I go to the local ones that's in New Jersey because I'm in New Jersey. So I go to the local ones here. I have a children's festival coming up in June, so I'll have a table there for just the children books. So that's the way I try to get. I get more, like you said before. I get more sales when I'm in person than going through my social media.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think
And
the cherry blossoms that she was talking about too.
yeah,
Remember when I went to Philly this weekend? I kept telling my husband, I need that tree in my yard. I need that tree. The cherry blossoms they were everywhere. Yeah. And I kept saying, we don't have that in Florida. I need the tree.
Cherry blossom.
Yeah, it's in the Pacific area here in New Jersey, which is like down the hill from my house. So I can just ride through the park. I'm going to take pictures and send to Angie.
Yes.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. So, Sister Gordon, it's a treat that you're in Daytona Beach, because every year there's the Fresh Book Festival with Donna Gray Banks. We always have it in January, and so when they start doing the registration for it, I'll remind you. But you can find it on Facebook, Fresh Book Festival, FRESH. And actually, I think it's Book Festivals with an S on the end. I think that's what it is. But that is a great networking opportunity. You can meet film producers who are looking for new books to turn into films, and you can meet other authors and can share ideas about how everybody is selling their books. Yeah, I've even gone to Detroit, where Sonia is, and had a couple of book events. And like Avalon says, you sell more books in person than you do any other time. Yeah, you really do. And I'm glad you got the author page on Facebook.
Yes.
What is it's author? What is your page again on Facebook?
It's the author, and then it's my real name, Tamacie Gordon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. I don't know. Sonia's got an author page from way back during the pandemic.
I
We
do.
wrote an anthology series called Confinement Chronicles, and
Oh,
it
I
was,
bet you that's good.
yeah, it was maybe 10 chapters, 10 book. It was seemed like it was so long ago, but Sonia wrote something for every topic. Every topic. I would call her and be like, okay, we're gonna write some stuff about when the doors of the church closed during the pandemic. Oh, I got something. That was Sonia.
Yes,
We're
Is
gonna write.
that the one I'm in? Am I in that one or the other
Yes,
one?
you're probably in that one, Confinement Chronicles. You're probably in that one too. Because I was
Yeah,
calling everybody.
I know I wrote something about being a new infection control nurse
Mm-hmm.
during the
Hmm.
pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember that section of yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was, it seems like it was so long ago, but
Mm-hmm.
what was it, 5, or I guess it's been 6 years ago now, but there are just so many aspects of that time that I remember, especially when the doors of the church closed. It was just like, what do
Oh
you mean you
yeah.
can't go to church?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
That's
what has ever happened in our lifetime that we
I
can't go to
know.
church?
I know.
It was
that was
devastating for me.
And luckily Zoom was around.
Yes,
yeah.
that was actually how my church started
Yeah.
streaming our broadcasts, and
Yeah.
we would just go, the praise team and the choir and pastor, we would be the only ones in the sanctuary. We'd go and record our services, and then we just kept streaming from there. But it was so heartbreaking. I remember just to be in that empty sanctuary,
Yeah, that's scary.
just singing to no one, but it kept us going.
Mm-hmm.
Kept us
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
So,
And writing our chapters kept us going too.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I remember my pizza delivery man was my best friend. He was, he was the most consistent person that came to our house. We knew him by name. Oh my gosh. And we knew when he was going to Florida for a vacation. He was our friend, boy. Oh gosh, so long ago.
We got a question that somebody sent me for you, Sister Gordon.
Okay.
And you've probably already answered it, but how does it feel to be a firstborn, even if you don't take into consideration your mother's aspect of it? You're still the eldest of other people. How does that feel?
It feel like a blessing and a curse together. Because on one hand, you like, I'm the oldest, and then on the other hand, you're just like, oh man, I got to make sure they get to school. Oh man, I got to make sure this. I got to make sure that. So it's just one of them gray areas where you happy, but you scared at the same time. And that's just how I always was, just right in the middle. So I don't know, being the firstborn, I guess if it was more, I don't know, communication, or I don't know, probably just more conversation, I probably wouldn't have felt at that time so scared, because it seemed like I was more scared. It seemed like, that's why I wrote the book, because it seemed like my childhood was cut in half. So on one hand, I couldn't really be a child. So I never got to experience just my whole day to myself. Because like me and my brother, we'd be the same age for 2 weeks. So it was just, I always had somebody there,
Yeah.
So it's like I never was alone where I could say, oh, this is what I did by myself. Like I just felt like I never had my own personal space where I can just be a child or be carefree. I always had to think, no matter what I'm doing, what's the consequences? Like soon as I do something, I'm thinking like, oh, this might have consequences.
Right.
So maybe I'll just suppress myself and fit in this box, in this area. And then I wouldn't get in trouble or I wouldn't get yelled at. So it's not so much of me saying that I don't like being the oldest. It's just the oldest came with so much responsibility so young, so that yeah. So it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. So that's why I be trying to get the word out and tell people, make sure you check on your oldest child. Make sure you give them their own personal space. No, if you give out toys, you give them their separate toy that's theirs. Give them that shirt that's theirs. Don't keep saying every time you give them something, you share this. Oh, they need that. No, because just like when you have a birthday, that's your birthday. That's what got taken from me. I don't think my mom was trying to do it, but I never had nothing that was just straight up, no, that's Macy's, don't touch that. So I think that it was sort of bittersweet to me only because of the simple fact that I just never really had nothing that I can honestly say, this is mine only, so to say. So not because it wasn't offered, but it just went from share that. Why not? And it's just like, oh man, well, I thought this was mine, like that. So.
Yeah. Well, I hope we answered that question. 'Cause that's deep. And for parents, I hope parents listen to what you're saying, because as a parent, you don't realize just like you said, you don't think your mom meant to do it.
No, I know she didn't, because it was just happening because it happened to her. Yeah. So it's just, and she didn't realize at that young age that, because she was a teenage mom, that she's just, passing it back down. She passing the pain down, not intentionally, but, that's why I wrote in my book on that passed down thing with ancestors and generations, because what might work in the generation before me might not work in my present generation. What might work in my present generation might not work for my younger generation. Right. I mean, that's where communication come in. That's where you sit down and you ask each other what's going on, or you tell each other, I don't think I like the way this is going. Can we talk about it? And then don't nobody want to talk about it, because don't nobody want to change anything. But sometimes you need to have a little leeway where you change just a little bit to test something, or at least test it. But I guess people just have their own thing going on, not thinking that everything they do affect the whole family as a whole. Yeah.
I hear you. I do hear you. It's incredible.
Yeah. So that's why I be telling people I don't ever want nobody to feel like I feel. And it's not, I listen. I am the most loving person in the world, and I pray to stay that way no matter what I go through, because one thing I have known from struggle and trial and error is that most of the time when stuff happens to you, it's either pure ignorancy or nobody ever told them that it hurt, or they never had a conversation. Because you can not correct nothing, whether you know it or not, if you never have the conversation.
Yep. Well, I tell you what, you're going to be great as a speaker at women's conferences and workshops. Ain't that right, Eveline?
Yes, I can hear it already. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about that. Somebody gonna want you to come share your testimony, and tell them you'll come, but they got to buy 50 copies of your book. That's
oh, that's a good selling technique. Oh yeah. Woman, come.
Yeah, I mean, they can pay you to come speak, but they can also buy your books, and then everybody that comes to the conference can get a copy of the book.
Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. That's a good idea. Yes.
That's what we're here for. Help you think about things.
And can you make a note that mental health affects everybody's decision making and emotions and behavior? Because I don't think people realize how serious that is. As a whole, I do want people to understand that mental health is the reason why people make certain decisions.
Right.
I really don't think people really realize how much mental can affect your physical. I always think about the movie The Matrix, and I'll never forget when Morpheus said, "Your body can't live without your mind."
Agreed.
If you die in the Matrix, then you die in the real world. And I equate that to mental stability, because if your mind is not right, your body won't be either. And that's
Right.
bottom
That's true.
I agree.
Preach,
Yep.
girl. Preach. Tell it. Tell it.
Because
Yeah.
everything starts in the mind.
That's right.
Yep. Your mental health is essential.
Mm-hmm.
And people take it for granted, but it needs to be talked about. So I'm hoping that my book will become a tool, like a leadway, just to open up the conversation of maybe I need to check into this, or maybe we need to come up with a plan to make everybody okay with what's going on with them, So that's the reason why I wrote the book, because I was like, the mental state, they don't understand that your child might have would have been adopted if you would have caught their mental state of mind before they got lost within what they had going on, because we didn't sit down and put the devices down and say, look, let's talk. What did you do today? Something that simple, your kids, or just let it out. But it's like everything that was traditional, that us going out planting flowers, us doing stuff without the devices, us doing prayer before we eat, prayer, like it's like they took God out of the school, then they put devices all in. So what they doing is dumbing down your kids' mental with all of this stuff. And it's like, why you thinking, oh, my kids, they okay, they got a phone, they can just call me? No, why your kids, why you don't have them paying attention to the teacher? Why you don't come pop up? Why you don't do like, nourish? It's like everybody forgot that to make something grow, you have to nourish it. You have to pay attention. You have to, train them. And it's like, it's so many people running around and they saying, oh, I'm getting a crazy chick. You're not crazy. What happened is they failed to nourish you. Your family failed in that area, because anything will grow if you give it some attention. If you listen, if I sit there and call a stranger beautiful, that still make them feel better, but they think I'm doing it for them. I do that for me. I do that for me, because you know what? When I was growing up, I never heard any of that stuff. It was just go, 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 like you're a machine. It's go, go, go. And all I'm thinking to myself is, maybe if somebody would have said, oh, you look nice today in that shirt. Maybe if they would have said, oh, I like your shoes, or something. I still think I wouldn't have felt so much pain and felt so alone. But like I said, when I went to studying my family and studying people mental state of mind, it really depends on where they mind at when something is happening to you, and where they mind at when something is happening to them. So guess what that go back to? The mental state of mind.
Yes.
Very true.
Maybe you can make a type of workbook out of that.
Yeah.
I might need to do something, because it's very valuable, very valuable. And I think it's the key to everything. I mean, your mind is everything. Your mind ticks off of what's going on, but nobody don't make it. Nobody don't talk to you about it.
Right.
You don't have nothing to do, nothing to challenge yourself, none of that. Then what's the use you having a brain with nothing in it?
Right.
Make that make sense.
And they love to label everybody schizophrenia and pump them full of meds.
Yep.
But then the meds
is
alter their mind even more.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you got to think about it. They do that on purpose, because you got to think about it. If you find a child that have a lot of problems and issues like that, and the first thing you turn to medicine, that child would never see their full potential, because the mom and dad looking like, I'd rather for them to be quiet and sit still than to say, no, maybe I don't need these meds. Maybe I need to sit down with my child a little bit more. Maybe we need to take turns and see if we can talk about it. It's like they skip all of that and not knowing that the medicine is stunning their growth before they even grow.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
they
I
told
kind
me,
of went through that with one of my grandchildren with that Ritalin, and I made my daughter
yeah,
take him off. Take
yes,
him off.
yes. So what if you got to give them a little bit more time? So what if
Yeah.
you got to sit the 20 more minutes to get them out the house? But at least attempt it. And that's all I be telling people. You have to learn how to nourish stuff. I
Mhm.
mean, I plant stuff. I got a garden. I do all that stuff because when stuff need growth, it need attention to grow. It need nourish to grow. How are you going to get the world better or anybody in the world to pay you some attention if you're not putting the seeds out there to help them grow, give them something to do, give them something to talk about? You got to learn how to interact again, and maybe you might find somebody that's worth talking to. People don't talk because they on a device. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but like I said, that's just my personal opinion. Like, yes, because when I was growing up, we didn't have all that stuff. We might have a pay phone, but we didn't stay on the phone and the device like this all day. We just didn't. We didn't.
You're
So
right. We had a
I,
payphone.
yes, we didn't have all that. Yes. So yes.
That is so good. Well, Sonia, do you have any final comments or questions before we get out?
I just really, as I said, I am the youngest of my sisters, but I really appreciated reading your story. It
Thank you.
touched me, and it made me think about some things that I never thought about as a younger sister, just the responsibilities that my older sister had, fixing us lunch and getting
Yep.
us home from school and things like that. So I appreciate you sharing your experiences with us in this book. It's a great read, and I hope that everyone gets a chance to experience it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, Sonia has a teenager, and so
I
I'm going
do.
to let her go. Tell my niece I love her.
I will.
Thank
And we
you.
appreciate you for
All
being here,
right.
Sonia.
Thank you. You guys
And
Bye.
have a great day.
yeah, I'm grateful for my younger sister. I'm grateful for her.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. So tell us a little bit about your family dynamic. Do you have children that you're responsible for? Do
Oh
you-
no, nope. I never
oh,
had any kids, but I do have
Uh-huh.
bonus kids from my marriage. But I never had any
okay.
kids. Yeah,
How old
because
are
remember
they?
I told you, yes. Shy is probably 20. He turned 30.
Wow.
Oh,
Uh,
oh, I forgot we've been together 11 years. Okay, so he was 23 when we met. Oh yeah, so he's 33 now.
Okay. Okay.
So I got the oldest son, Shakir. Then we have the middle son. He's deceased now. Um,
Mm.
and then in 2019, and then we have the youngest son. He should be 11 because every time he turned, we turn. No, he's 12. Yeah, because every time he turned, we turned. Yeah, when we met, we was friends for like 6 months before we actually was in a relationship, and we met at the hospital. And what happened is I took him to watch his child being born and went back to work because he didn't know how to get. We both worked at the hospital, so nobody don't believe that we really was friends. So
Oh.
yeah, we was friends first, me and my husband, and then so I took him to the labor room. Then I was out, and then all of a sudden that October came around. We still was friends. The October came around, and then him and his baby mom, they had broke up before then, but we didn't start talking as a couple to that October. Literally, I think 2 months before his child birthday. So every time his child turned, we turned the next
oh
October.
wow.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was like that.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yes.
Is there a part of your book that you think is the favorite part? I mean, I know it's not like saying
Yeah,
do you have a
well,
favorite child, but do you have a favorite part of your book?
yes, the one I think is in chapter 5. I think this one, I think this might be my favorite chapter. Let me read a little bit of it. Okay. For the majority of my life, I had to watch the world from the other side of the window. While other kids went to birthday parties, football games, and late night movies, I stayed home under the careful rules of my parents. Every invitation ended the same way, with a quiet, maybe next time, and that would never come. The more I was told no, the more the more the feeling inside me grew, of a restless curiosity about everything I had been missing. Now, the reason
Mm.
why this is one of my favorite parts is my mom used to explain to me that that's what was going through her head when she made me. And the reason why I know it was deep is because once we had that talk, that's what she kept telling me. She said, I tried everything. Remember, I was telling y'all early? She said, when my parents let me go, I tried everything. So um, that's when the moment in my life when I realized I wasn't a mistake. And she explained to me, how was you a mistake when I was trying everything? You don't get it. It was no to everything. I couldn't go to the movies. I couldn't do nothing. So that stuck with me. So when I wrote this chapter with that part, I can relate to it because she was a young mother, so she was telling me how she was feeling at that time. And then the other part is where um, I'm standing there talking, and I feel invisible. But I think that's the one that's in this chapter here. I'm trying to see if I can find the exact thing. But yes, that's why I like this chapter. Um, so I got a part in here where I say, people says everyone has a value. They says everyone matters. They say you're worthy beyond expectations. I hear those words sometimes and I want to believe them. I really do.
Mm.
But believing something and feeling it are two very different things, because most days I feel invisible, not the kind of invisible where you literally disappear, but the kind where you can stand right in front of people and somehow still not be seen. This is where your presence doesn't seem to make a difference either way. When you talk and people hear the sounds of your voice, but they never really listen to what you're trying to say, it's a strange kind of loneliness. You can be surrounded by people, family, friends, strangers walking past you every day, and still feel like you exist behind a sheet of glass. You see everyone living, laughing, connecting, being understood, but somehow you're always just on the other side of it, watching, hoping, wondering what it feels like to truly be noticed. Sometimes I wonder if people realize how much effort it takes just to keep showing up when you feel like this, to keep smiling when you feel like you're fading into the background, to keep being kind when it feels like kindness disappears into the silence, to keep giving parts of your heart away when it feels like no one ever noticed the pieces you leave behind. The hardest part isn't the people are cruel. Most of the time, they're not. The hardest part is that they are simply unaware. They don't see the quiet battles happening inside your mind. They don't see the moment you sit alone wondering why it feels like you're so easy to overlook.
Wow.
They don't see the way you replay conversations in your head, wondering if you say,
Mm.
wondering if you said something wrong.
Mm. 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 I tell you, it's powerful to
Mm-hmm.
write when the Holy Spirit has given you the words to say. It's
Right. Yes.
powerful because you can come back and
Yes.
read those same words and still be touched by the Father.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I that's what I mean when I tell you I'm proud of you. There is nothing selfish in your book. You can tell it's all God. It's all God. It's all God.
Yeah, because I just don't be wanting nobody to feel like that.
Yeah.
Sorry about
All right. No, it's okay. We're gonna take a quick
Yeah.
break. Let you wipe your eyes and blow your nose. We'll be back. We'll be back in just a minute. Maternal Matters Favored, mmfavored.org presents their 4th annual charity broadcast event for those with perinatal and postpartum mood disorders. This 24 Hours of Favor annual fundraiser takes place Mother's Day weekend. Mental health aids maternal health. Seeing mothers, supporting minds, and saving lives. Broadcast produced by Angie BEE Productions. Log on to mmfavored.org for more information. That's mmfavored.org for more information. 24 Hours of Favor. Divinely Chosen. The Lord God with a Master Plan. Dr. Doretha Smith's book has an inspiring message of faith, purpose, and divine guidance through heartfelt reflections and spiritual insight. She reminds readers that God's plan is always perfect, even when life feels uncertain. This book is a call to trust in His timing. Follow His directions and embrace the unique calling He has placed upon your life. With wisdom grounded in scripture and personal testimony, Dr. Smith empowers you to step boldly into your God-given destiny, knowing you have been divinely chosen for a purpose greater than yourself. Divinely Chosen, the Lord God with the Master Plan, written by Dr. Doretha Smith. Search for Divinely Chosen Lord Master Plan on Amazon. And don't forget to leave a review. Commercials and more. Angie BEE Productions on Facebook. Today has been a special episode of Books and Besties. We wanted to dedicate this episode to all the firstborn siblings on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Baby siblings, middle siblings, firstborn siblings, everybody has their own story. But sometimes your story is not a pleasant one if you're a firstborn. And that's why we wanted to dedicate this entire episode to the new book, Worthy Beyond Expectations. I'm going to bring my co-host back in so we can talk, Avalon. I tell you, man.
Yeah.
It's a good book.
Yeah. And it's something you never think about, the older person, the oldest one, what they're going through, what their thoughts are. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't have an older sibling around with me. They were already almost practically out the house, if you really want to say it like that.
I just remember I didn't want my sisters to get hurt, crawling around the house or whatever. Don't let them bump into nothing, because then I was going to get in trouble. How come I wasn't watching them?
Right.
I mean, it's those little things. I was 5 when my sisters were born. And so I remember being excited that there were 2 little babies in the house, but it took me to my 20s when I started having my own children to realize, how did my mother handle a preschooler and twins? How did
Yes.
she? Oh, okay. I know how she did it. I had to go run and get the
Go get
diapers, and I had to go
right.
run and do this, had to run and do that. And
Mm-hmm.
years later, my godmother told me the story that she remembers the day my mother called her in tears, saying that she didn't think she was going to let me start kindergarten on time because I was such a big help with the twins, and she didn't
Right.
think she could do it by herself. And my godmother told her, she said, not indirectly, but she told her, that is a bad idea. You can't hold one child back because of the others. She didn't have these twins. You did. You're going to have to figure it out. And I started kindergarten on time, and it just, it was something. But I tell you what, I don't know where I would be if I stuck around a little bit, an extra year.
Right.
Because I remember going to school and coming home and getting to play with the babies, but going to school was important. It really was. It helped. This book is powerful. Oh my goodness. And I'm so proud of her for writing it the way she did.
Yeah, she's so excited. Yes. I'm excited for her. Yes.
I'm gonna bring her back in so we can talk about you to your face now.
We're enjoying your excitement. Yeah.
Yes. This book isn't just about the difficulties and the challenges. I did hear a little bit of joy in the book too. So
yes.
That's good.
Yes. That's good. I believe that if somebody read it, it's so much in the book that someone can learn from not knowing, because knowing stuff, having knowledge of stuff, that's the only way you can correct it. And it's like so many different people, they just have no idea because they don't go through it, So yeah, so I'm hoping that by me being so detailed and just putting everything out there, that they see that, oh, this is what was going on. Oh, well, maybe I need to check that out a little bit more, or maybe I need to watch that. Because I think what happened is most of the time people don't have a conversation.
Right.
So yeah, they don't talk that much. So they don't have no idea. They can be in the same room and they sending a text, and it's just like, dude, all you have to do is say, hey, blah, blah, blah. What are you doing? So I'm hoping that whoever buy the book, that they find something in there they can relate to, because it's a variety of things that you just never think about. And they be mindful that I might not know what she's talking about, but let me check it out because I have a sibling that's older than me, or I have a kid that I'm trying to raise myself, and I don't want to, I want to do it by my kid, So I'm hoping that, they look at it from different angles, because Worthy Beyond Expectations have so much knowledge that is known but not known to the naked eye and person and ears. Because on one level you're looking like she put it in layman terms, but when you go to thinking about it, you're looking like, that's deep. Like, what? That was going on, this really went on in this household, because from the outside looking in, you don't know what nobody going through. You only see, you just see a blur. It's just, these people over here, yep, they got kids, okay, they well dressed, okay, we good. That's it. That's basically how I go, la 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 la.
You're right. You're right about that. You are right.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you for being a guest on the show today and being transparent. Yes, thank you so much. Evelyn, you got any final questions or comments before we get out of here?
No, I'm just so glad that she's enjoying the book. She liked the cover, and I'm excited for you. Congratulations. Yeah, I feel your excitement. Yes. And I never think about the oldest child either, what they go through, So your book has a lot of insights in it. Yeah.
Yes,
About the oldest child. Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Make me want to go back and talk to my firstborn and say, "Hey, I'm sorry if I
Well,
did you
true.
wrong. You know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I did you wrong."
Yeah. And the
Yes,
oldest child, did you ever have that thought that the younger children got away with more than you got away with?
yes, all the time. Yes, because that's that. When I got 31, I was tired of it. Remember, I told you, I told my mom, "Why you had a bar so high?" And they down here. I said, "What? Why can't I come down?" She said, "You're too strong to go down there. Why would you want to go down there?" That's what she told me. And I'm just looking like, and she was serious. I was like, "Go down there, what?" Yes. So I always thought that I always was like, dang, that hurt me. I can't. I mean, why do I have to stay up here by myself? So it wasn't so. I just didn't understand. I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she didn't realize nothing was going on. Like I said, until that one day I just exploded, and I was like, "Mom, what's going on?" It's like, no, no, no to me. While they crashing out, basically, like,
Yeah.
and all you want
Yeah.
to say, go check on your sister, go check on your brother, and this is
Right.
like, what? Who gonna check on me?
Right.
Yes.
Right. Right.
That's
Yeah.
Right.
true.
So
Yeah.
Right.
yeah. So that's
All
why I said
right.
I'm hoping. Yeah,
Show
I'm
us the book
hoping
cover
that.
again.
Oh, my
Yeah.
beautiful book. Yes, you see it. Yes, yes, yes.
Yep.
Great
Yep.
job.
And got
Yes,
your picture on the back.
and I got my picture.
There you are. There
I'm looking
you
like, what's up?
are.
Yes, I think this is a must read. I think you'll learn something. If you don't learn nothing but one thing, I think is worth you reading.
Yep.
Yes. Mhm.
That'll do it.
Yes. And thank you, beautiful ladies. I love you
Oh, you're
guys.
welcome.
Thank y'all so
Thank
much.
Anytime.
you so
Anytime.
much.
Yes,
Thank you,
ma'am.
everybody. We appreciate you for tuning in today. And if it's the Lord's will, we'll be back next Saturday
Yes.
with another
Yeah.
episode of Books and Besties. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye bye.